Students out there, have you ever said to yourself, "Ooh, I'm so excited to take this test"? And parents and educators out there, have you ever heard a student say that? Well, I'm very proud that one of my clients, this is a 10th grade student. I'm Gretchen Wegner, by the way. I'm an academic life coach for stressed out students, and I also help educators help these stressed out students. And here's what I heard. This is my client. She likes to wear her head in a messy or her hair in a messy bun. So she actually said these words. Now I'm excited to take a test. I never thought I would actually say that. And I was so proud of her. And I thought it might be interesting for you all if I took a moment to unpack like what happened in my relationship with the student to get her to the point where she was actually excited to take a test. So I made another whiteboard and let's talk this whiteboard through. So the first thing I did was I taught her my magic combination of the brain science around learning and specific tools. That's what I call my mini lecture. The study cycle is the first of these mini lectures, and there are a number of mini lectures all represented by all of my toys back here. So first I taught her all of that. Then we practiced over time in different student scenarios. Now, I have been working with a student, get this, for 2.5 years. So this was not a quick thing. Some students get there quickly, others do not. This particular student, it took lots of time because she has ADHD, and we were working on all kinds of time management and organization goals as well as her study goals. But so in practicing these different scenarios, I wrote blank plus blank, because if you take my anti-boring approach to powerful studying or the course for educators, you will then learn that in order to learn anything, you need repetition. So that's practicing over time. And then you also need variation in different scenarios, math tests, science tests, language tests. You know, we worked on it all over the 2.5 years that I've been working with her. So lots of repetition. And then we also make sure, I, as the coach, made sure to practice consent. I teach a process that I call, for lack of a better word, the consent hamburger, to all of the educators who work with me as a way to figure out, like, how do we help students actually desire and say yes to the learning of the brain science and the tools. So we practice consent. I have a very specific and fun way of talking about that in my course for educators, The Art of Inspiring Students. Then the fourth thing we did, or I do, is I got wildly curious about, and I celebrate her mistakes. And I teach her how to be wildly curious and celebrate her mistakes. So as we're practicing over time and tests come in and they're disappointing, there's C's when she thought they should be B's. It's like, oh, can we get a hold of the test? Oh, let's see what your mistakes were. Let's see if we can figure out why you got some things right and other things not right. So we did this over time. And then we also, and this is, I think, what got her over the edge this time, is we kept on making sure that we were doing all of this in the context of her goals. So one of her goals has been to get a car, and a specific kind of car. And her dad has said that, you know, if you can get yourself to all, I forget if it's all A's or if it's all A's and B's, that she will have a little bit more say in the kind of car she might be able to get when she is able to drive, which is coming up soon. So she has been extra motivated. We've been working on rewards for 2.5 years, but we finally found one that seemed to work for her. Now, this is the kind of reward that certain families can afford that other families cannot, but there are rewards for everyone. I promise you, this is just the one that worked for her. But these 5 things working in tandem over several years are what got her to most recently be so excited about a test, because she studied so well, and she was excited because she thought, I really think I might get the grade that I'm looking for, but I'm also excited to see what mistakes I've made and haven't made so that I have information for the next step. So If you would like some support helping students get to this point, you can always go to if you're a parent, you can always go to my website, gretchenwegner.com, and there's a list of trained coaches that you are they've all gone through my program. They understand all of my mini lectures. They all bring their own special sauce, so you can send your people there. And then if you're an educator and might like to learn some of these quick and actually surprisingly easy ways to teach the brain science plus tools to students, please feel free to learn more about my training programs. The Art of Inspiring Students to Study Strategically is a long name, but it is the course where you start, where you learn all the tools, and then we can go way more deeply into practicing them if you also join us in the Anti-Boring Educators Club. Regardless, you always can send me an email and ask where to start if you'd like. And my email address is gretchen@gretchenwegner.com. And I hope this was helpful. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.